ahead and follow us on Twitch, or if you're watching this on YouTube, if you guys will go ahead and follow us on Twitch, that would be amazing. Should be in the description of this video down at the bottom. We have all of our social medias. If you want to give that a follow, that would be awesome. I need 50 followers on there, and I'm trying to get partnership. I'm trying to get affiliate and then partnership. So I will be touting that. So once we get 50 followers on Twitch, if you'll kind of let me know in this video what your username is. So go to twitch.tv/dailyrotohelp and give us a follow over there, and then comment on the bottom of this YouTube video what your Twitch name is. That can maybe get exposure for you, or you'll be put into the drawing. Once I get 50 followers, I will give away the rest of the NFL season to one lucky person. So what we'll do is, once we get the 50 followers on Twitch, I will go ahead and write all the names down or put them in a file. Then I'll copy and paste them into random.org, and then we'll run it random 10 times, and the 10th time the winner will be announced. You'll get the rest of the NFL season for free. So please go ahead and try that out. Would love to do it. But we're back with another NFL week. I wanted to get this video out to you guys pretty early this week because a lot of people, your waiver wires are going to open up. Some, I've even heard they open up in the middle of the night on Tuesday. Some are like 9 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern on Tuesday. Some are Wednesday, and I've heard some are Thursday, which seems absolutely ridiculous, but I have heard that before. So I wanted to show everybody. If you do follow us on Twitch, you can actually see on the screen the article that we have, but it's dailyrotohelp.com. Then you click the analysis tab, and it's the obviously week or fantasy football week 5 waiver wire pickups. So we've got that going on. And I kind of wanted to go through the waivers real quick for you guys. Some of these, depending on what your actual league settings are, this is, I mean, waiver wires pretty much are for just pretty much redraft leagues, because 9 times out of 10, these players are going to be taken in like a dynasty or a keeper league. That's just the name of the game pretty much. So I understand that, and that's not kind of what this is focused on. It's definitely focused on more of, those redraft leagues. So we'll go over a little bit. The ownage percentage could be lower than what you actually think. So go check out your waiver wires and go. This is the article, but I did want to talk about it a little bit. So starting at the quarterbacks, I think Mitch Trubisky had a huge day Sunday. 6 touchdowns, technically 5. A little shovel pass is considered a pass because it's called a shovel pass. He had a really big game. The one guy absent from this game, pretty much the only guy absent from this Bears game, was Jordan Howard, which is absolutely ridiculous. But of course, I had some shares of him, so I'm a little upset at that. But I ended up winning all my leagues pretty handedly too. So Mitch Trubisky, I don't know if he cemented himself, but put that on top of what Jared Goff did, and these two guys should be starting every week for you, especially unless, depending on how many people there are, but bye weeks are coming up for quarterbacks. I had one this past week with Cam Newton, and I substituted Eli into it. Didn't do too bad. I won handedly anyway due to Cooper Kupp. Pretty much Cooper Kupp, I won by I can't remember what I won by, but yeah, it was pretty nuts. But looking at the waiver wires here, I'm definitely looking at Trubisky. Depending if you have a 2 QB league or a deeper league, he's looks to be available in both ESPN and Yahoo. I did not check CBS or any of the other sports, but he's not owned that much. I think you'll see a run on it this week. Another one, Joe Flacco had a pretty decent game in prime time against the Steelers last night. That being said, he's pretty solid enough for, and I apologize, my phone rang. He's pretty solid for a 20 fantasy, depending on your league settings, 20 fantasy point setting, give or take. But it depends on who you're looking at for QB. So I'm definitely, out of all of these, I could see him go, but I like other ones better. Another one, Marcus Mariota. Now I know, but some people dropped him because he got hurt. They didn't know how long. They literally rushed They dropped him and picked up another quarterback. So definitely check and see where he's at if you can get him. I mean, he's got a lot of weapons he can use. We saw it yesterday. Corey Davis absolutely dominated it. Number 4, Blake Bortles. A couple years back, if someone would have said, "Oh, I'm starting Blake Bortles," probably been laughed at. Not gonna lie, but he's really come around. I mean, he's got a lot of weapons. A lot of people got screwed by Leonard Fournette this week. Yeah. If you guys are looking at that, Blake Bortles, I kind of like. And then the last one is Jameis Winston. Now, we've probably, despite Jameis either getting suspended again or getting hurt, we've probably seen the last of Fitzmagic. We held on to it for 3 weeks. Week 4, luckily I was going up against him in the league that I had Cooper Kupp. And Jameis Winston came in, did throw 2 picks, but this is his team again. So if you're needing a little mobile quarterback that you maybe don't have, Winston's probably on the waivers here. Moving into the running backs, you got Neiman Hines. Showed up yesterday. Definitely showed up on Sunday. Think he'll probably be the number 1 running back off the waivers this week. So if you can get any of Hines, looks to be his workload's just ramping up. I don't think this past week was any indication of his ceiling. I think it was only his floor. I think it goes up from there. Regardless of injuries or starters or anything like that, if he has another good game like he did, we could see a lot going forward. Mike Davis is another one. Not as much as Hines, but I think he will be attacked at the waivers and try and picked up. Third one, Nick Chubb. Now, this one is dicey because he had, 3 touchdowns yesterday. He had 100-plus yards, but he's technically the third back in this backfield. But, I mean, if Hyde's not doing anything, I mean, Nick Chubb dominated it here. He can catch the ball. He can also run the ball. He broke some tackles. I think he had like a 60-yard run at one point. He could go. I think a lot of people are going to attack Hines. I think you could swoop in and get Chubb under their noses. I think Peyton Barber's going to lose his job. So looking at that, I'm definitely looking at Ronald Jones here. And they have a bye, so this would be the time to pick him up. If you have an extra spot, you could pick up Jones here and then see what they do on the bye, because they're going to talk about a lot of things. They're going to have a new quarterback in there for this year, technically. So I'm looking at Jones. I think he could take over. Barber's not doing anything. That is a fact. Number 5 is Ty Montgomery. Now, coming into this past weekend, he was the number 3 back. It went supposedly it went Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, and then Ty Montgomery. The thing is, Montgomery broke some tackles, got in the open field. He runs it. If you guys don't know, maybe you started fantasy football maybe a year or 2 ago. Montgomery was a wide receiver. Then he was transformed into a running back. So he's got great hands. He's got wide receiver hands. He's got running back speed. He's kind of bigger. He's bigger than your normal running back. I mean, he's a wide receiver. He has to be a little bit bigger. He brings it, guys, and I'm pretty excited about that. Even though he's listed as like the number 3 running back, he can dominate. So definitely pay attention there. Those are the 5 running backs I would look at. If I am looking at wide receivers here, Kiki Kute, so many names, so many jokes we could talk about this, but we won't. We're going to be mature. We're going to be adults, and we're going to go above that. But looking at Cootie, anything you want to call him. I want to say Kute because it's just more mature. I kind of like him. I mean, he had a breakout game this week. If other people are getting double teamed, he is there, and we can count on him. Corey Davis had an absolutely huge game. I think looking at stats, I saw something where Davis is in the top 5 of snaps played and targeted or something like that. It was a stat. I'd have to find it. But he absolutely dominated, won the game-winning touchdown here this past weekend. Number 3, Dede Westbrook. If Keelan Cole's not doing something, I mean, Blake Bortles has options. The run game, I think Fournette needs to sit out. If you have Fournette, I don't think you can trust him. I think you got to bench him, even though I know he's probably your number 1 running back if you had a deeper league, which sucks, but I mean, he played the first quarter, he was in, good to go, gung-ho, and then all of a sudden his hamstring hurt again. So I don't think we can really trust him right now. TJ Yeldon, I highly doubt Yeldon's still on there, but if he is, you should jump in and pick him up. Number 4, Taylor Gabriel. I know it's a bye week. He had a really great game with Trubisky. It's going to be on a bye week, so you might have an opportunity to take him easier because he is on that bye week. So that is something to monitor as well. And number 5 is Jordy Nelson. Now, I told you last weekend, love Jordy Nelson. First 3 minutes of the game, he had like 150 yards. It was nuts. Probably not 3 minutes, but you guys know what I mean. He had another great game this past weekend. I believe he had 2 touchdowns. Maybe he's coming around. I know it was a big shootout game with Oakland and the Browns. Didn't really see it being a shootout, but everything clicked for both teams until the very last, 8 seconds, 5 seconds. So Jordy Nelson you have to remember, guys, he's 27 or 28, right? I think. Hold on. I could be absolutely incorrect on that. I also just watched the Cubs lose the division. I was kind of upset about it. Oh, no, Jordy Nelson's 33, but the coach said he played like he was 28. But then they didn't use him for like the first 2 weeks. That's what it was. Jordy Nelson's old. Okay, he's 33, but he plays like a 28-year-old. He's had 2 great weeks in a row. Ride it while you can. And then we moved to the tight ends. Vance Mcdonald, he didn't have a very good game this past weekend. Sunday Night Football, I understand that. And he does have some competition with it. So this is if you're scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Greg Olson, he's on the injury reserve. If you do have a spot open, you can pull him in. Now, his initial diagnosis was like half the year. Broken foot. He had the same thing last year. Not saying anything. If you have a spot, you could take Greg Olson. But it just kind of realized he claims he's ahead of schedule. So I don't know if he's blowing smoke up people, but he claims he's ahead of schedule. So could technically be in store for something good. That's something we need to monitor, though. So that's something you guys need to check out. If you do have an open spot, you can put it on Olson, but that's up to you. Number 4 is Tyler Croft. I still haven't seen the video of Eifert getting hurt, but every single report, and if you guys watched us live at twitch.tv/dailyrotohelp yesterday when we were sweating some money, I was going to pull it up, and then I decided it's probably not for the best. Every report said gruesome injury. People compared it to Gordon Hayward's injury. I did not see it. I'm assuming, without looking, his bone was probably out. Hold on. I have to see this. I don't want to see a video. He's only tweeted out. I really want to see I want to see what it says, but I don't want to see the video. Oh, nope, the video's there. Nope, turn off. Don't play it. ESPN's trash. Don't play it. Paused. It's just a broken ankle. Okay, so broken ankle, out for the year. We know that Croft could jump in there. We saw Dalton. Saw he had a good game. Pretty much all the games we said to monitor and to kind of have some exposure to did pretty well. So that's another one. Jeff Swain, really out of nowhere. I don't mind looking at him either. He didn't do too bad. Now the problem is, let me try and get his stats up. So he's owned by 0% of the league for Yahoo right now. He had a touchdown, 3 of 5 targets, 39 yards. So I don't mind it if you're, dragging the bottom. Last one's Cameron Breit. Now, he has had better repertoire with... It's true, he's had better repertoire with Winston. O.J. Howard is now out for, I want to say... what was it, 2 to 4 weeks, something like that? Let me see. Yeah, Howard's out. 2 to 4 weeks with a sprained MCL. Now, 2 to 4 weeks is on the bright side. He could be a lot longer than that. Cameron Breit is now the go-to tight end in Tampa Bay with his old quarterback back. I think everything. I would probably try if you need a tight end this week. Cameron Breit is there. Rhett Ellison is another one. It's not in the article, but it's another one that you could monitor. Just because it depends on Evan Ingram how long he's actually going to be out. So anyone watching this on Twitch, you were able to see my screen. Anyone watching this on YouTube, go check out twitch.tv/dailyrotohelp. Give us a follow over there. Once I get 50 followers, we will have a giveaway. So if you will let me know, comment in this video, let me know what your Twitch, follow us on Twitch. Also be a subscriber here on YouTube. And then comment below your Twitch ID. Then you'll be entered into a giveaway once we get the 50 followers. Once we get the 50 followers, that giveaway will be for the rest of the NFL DFS season. It's fantasy football advice. You got optimal lineups. You got cheat sheets. You've got articles. 3 articles a week. We go live on Sundays. So that's basically what this was. Week 5 waiver wire pickup. So I am reading in the chat on Twitch. Nick says, what do you think picks for tonight? Can you type in chat for cash on FanDuel? Honestly, if you're looking, it's Kareem Hunt, it's Mahomes, pretty much the Kansas City side of the ball there. Thursday night, you're looking at New England and Indianapolis. You really don't know what's going to happen in New England. Indy, you don't know. I know T.Y. got hurt a little bit, but he came back. He should be good to go. You don't know the running back situation in Indy right now. Let's see real quick before we end this video. So let's see what we're looking at. It really depends. I think it's gonna. There's not a lot that I like in the Thursday game. Even though it is New England, there's not a ton that I actually like in that New England game. So that's one that kind of scares me a little bit. I'm not sure what to expect. So I would definitely be loading up, especially on what we're looking at for Kareem Hunt. You could be, if you're playing you said cash, so cash would be Hunt, Mahomes, Kelsey. Pretty much who you're expecting on KC, that's who I would pick in the Monday through Thursday game. I will not be doing a Monday through Thursday. Maybe I'll put a Monday through Thursday lineup out there. We'll see. It's pretty much going to just be what you expect in Kansas City. So if we do have one, it will be just a GPP, but I really don't like it enough to be able to do it. So that is all I've got, guys. Hopefully you had success. Good luck.